Welcome to Heaven on Earth. Welcome to Coffee with Granny Pickety. I'm sitting here talking to heaven this morning, and I'm sinning. I had a bad habit of smoking, and I haven't fully quit. I'm down to about 5 cigarettes a day. But I'm sitting here this morning in great fear and terror, talking to my Father in heaven and Jesus Christ, because I'm afraid. I am so afraid of doing what they've asked me to do. I'm terrified. I'm crying excessively because I'm terrified. It was never my intentions in my entire life to come tell people that this book is not true. It was never the desire of my heart. And it's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to scare people. I don't want to upset people. But once you have the fullness of the truth like I have, you see the fallacies in this book, and you know the truth of God and Jesus Christ, and you just want to share it, in heaven and the whole universe and how it all works, and you just want to share it with everyone so they can make their lives beautiful too, and they can have more love and more joy, and we can live in balance and peace and harmony on this planet as Jesus Christ taught, as is his desire for all of us. And so God was talking to me this morning about facing my fears. Fear is always considered false evidence appearing real. It is not true that I'm here to hurt anyone or destroy anyone or take away their truths and their beliefs. The truth is that I'm here to expand on the truth that Christ taught, to bring back the truths that Christ taught that have been lost out of the Bible, and to prove Christ mathematically and scientifically. A God-like gravity that works for every single person, every single time, in every single situation. Not a wishy-washy God that we guess and we hope, and not all these crazy definitions of what sin is. Sin that's a mathematical definition that in any moment of the day if you're sinning or not. If the lie you're telling is bad and harming, or if it's the most important thing God wants you to do that day. Like if there's Nazis at your door come to take someone away. Everything is not a black and white, but a series of equations. And sin is a mathematical equation to God. And Jesus is a series of mathematical equations. The whole universe is nothing but mathematical equations and systems and programs. And it is all divine clockwork. And it is perfection when you understand it. And so I'm here to tell you that if you find what I teach offensive, I apologize. I'm not here to offend. If you find what I teach to be false, I'm sorry. I have done my best to bring the truth that God has shown me to the best of my abilities into the physical realm and share it with you, my brothers and sisters from heaven. I know that every one of us is a godling from heaven, that we're all God consciousness, immortal consciousness is here to grow and learn in the physical, that all of heaven wants us to create heaven on earth, where we can live in beauty and peace and love and opportunity, sharing and caring, living in balance and peace and love, and not fighting over the resources of this world. And that it is possible, and not just possible, but probable and meant to be, because Christ taught all about. The second coming was all about raising the earth up and learning how to create heaven here on earth, and living in peace and joy and balance and tranquility and opportunity. It's not just about abundance for all and sharing the wealth that we have, but creating a world of opportunity where everyone has a chance to make something more of themselves and to grow and to learn and to become all they were meant to be. That is the heaven on earth. The heavens above want to see. And so if you're offended, or you're in fear because God's asked you to do something really challenging. Imagine trying to come and teach everyone that circumcision is wrong and prove it mathematically. Okay? It locks men in their roots of survival and fighting instead of allowing their natural energies to rise in their avatar, into their heart center and into their mind center. And it is why circumcision is wrong and does not serve the God of light, but actually serves the God of dark, because it locks men and humanity. When you do it to entire societies of men, you lock them into their survival mode, into their survival mechanism, and alters their ability to grow and be fully balanced and live their most beautiful lives. All of heaven says it's messing up the sex on the planet, and they would really like us to stop. Stop mutilating your males. Heaven doesn't think it's that hard, especially since we do it because we have a sacred book that tells us to. We don't know who came down and told that to humanity thousands of years ago, that we should mutilate all our males in the name of God. But it was of the dark side and not the light side. And that basically everything in the Bible is from God. You just need to know if it's the God of light or the God of dark, and ferret out the truth with knowledge and reason of, does this serve the God of light, which is the God of love and expansion and growth and opportunity and freedom and democracy and unity and community and opportunity and abundance and health and wealth and joy for all? Or does it serve the God of dark, which is control and manipulation and lies and taking away freedom and wealth and choice and keeping poverty and systems of control and manipulation in place? So it is very simple. Which God do you serve, the God of light or the God of dark? I find that it is very challenging to face the lies of thousands of years told to millions of people. And I'm in fear because I'm not here to tell everyone they're wrong. That's not why I did this. I just wanted the truth for me. And I want to share that truth with all of the world that wants it, with the world that is aching in need, searching for truth, and wants to know the true God, a God that's like gravity, that makes sense and logic and math and science, and proves Jesus Christ and what he truly taught 2,000 years ago, and shows us how to create heaven on earth. So if you're willing to face your fears, that maybe not everything you've been taught in your life is true, and you're really ready to search for the truth and not the lies, and find a God that's like gravity, that works every time for everyone in every situation, and to know the mathematical definition of sin, so you know when you're sinning and when you're not, and what the real rules are about how to get back to heaven, and more truth about who Jesus Christ was and what he actually taught. By the way, Mary was his wife, not a whore, and they had several children. There's just so much of the Bible that's been altered in the last 2,000 years. And I am asking you to join me to face all the fears of humanity, and our fears about being wrong, and our fears about bringing truth to this planet, and be willing to embrace truth wherever you find it, and that our hearts are open so we can realize the truth and see the truth for truth, and understand truth when it's presented to us. And we can give it a mathematical test, okay? My favorite thing about my God is he's like, check my math, check me. Is this truth or not? Because there's ways to know what is truth and what is not truth. And it's not just by our heart and our feelings and our thoughts and what we've been taught, but math and science and the laws that this universe are built on, and the laws that created the programming and understanding that created Jesus Christ. I mean, when you understand all the rules and all the laws, it makes perfect sense and is logical, and you can prove everything mathematically. When you go with a book that's been altered by man so many times we don't even have a count of how much the Bible's been altered in the last 5,000 years. It makes a lot of sense. And so I invite you, my brothers and sisters, to open your heart, support me in bringing these truths, and open your minds and your hearts to be able to accept them and to recognize truth for truth, to realize my only goal is to teach the God of gravity, a God that's like gravity, that works every time for everyone in every situation, and to bring good news to the planet and make sense out of what Christ taught 2,000 years ago and help create heaven on earth. That's always my ultimate goal, is to create a world of peace and love and joy, and not hatred and fear and division, because that is truly the Lord of the dark, and we on this planet want to serve the Lord and the God of the light. I ask you to join me on this journey and face your fears and be willing to expand into new truths and new possibilities to find a world and a God where God doesn't care which God you serve, as long as you serve him in love and you love all your brothers and sisters, and everything you do is in love and peace and joy and heaven on earth. If you're doing anything other than that, you're serving the God of the dark. I love you, my brothers and sisters. I bring you truths to the best of my ability from heaven to earth. And I love you, and I want to see this world expand and grow in all the beautiful ways it and each one of us are meant to. For heaven truly wants each one of us to live our most beautiful lives of love and peace and joy and happiness right here on earth. And if we all work together, we can create heaven here on earth. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Hugs and kisses from heaven. Go out there and fearlessly face your fears. Face the falsehoods. Remember to be in love and do everything for expansion, growth, and rising into the light and truth of the eternal beings we all are. 3 things you can do right now to help create heaven on earth. Like this video. It helps the algorithms share it with more people. Subscribe to this channel and share these messages with someone you know who could use some more hope, love, peace in their hearts, and would like to experience a little heaven on earth today.